So what the did we just watch?
It
Ryan
was
is,
interesting,
I feel like I now know a lot more about Ryan than I did
right?
even after interviewing him. Um,
I'm like, this would have been a very different interview had we actually watched Fried
this
Berry.
movie, I know, I want to have him back now that I've seen it. I don't even feel like I can go through this linearly because
No.
I never want to get impregnated by an alien. I'm
Oh
going
God.
on record on this
That goes on the
podcast. It's
list.
a hard no for me.
That goes on the list.
Thankfully, I have an IUD in, but like that woman
I don't
said to
I
him,
don't think that thing cared about an IUD. I think
I
she was
know, because she was like, I was told I could never have children.
yep.
No, sweetie, you didn't have children. You had a
Yeah,
baby that turned into a full grown man a day later. What kind of aging is that? We thought the aging in Twilight was bad. What was this?
she was happy with it though. She was like, "You gave me a baby." I'm like, I don't want one like that.
Yeah.
No thanks. I'm good. Especially not one that looks exactly like fried berry. No,
Nope. Don't
I don't
need.
need that. Mm-mm.
Um.
I don't need to remember that I had sex with him.
Was it something about the alien magnetism just drawing all these women?
Right? I know
What
the
was
pheromones.
happening? Every woman he came across just wanted the Barry. I'm missing
He had
something.
that alien confidence, I guess, that women find attractive. Yeah, they were
Do
all on
they?
him.
Do they though? Do we?
Apparently. I mean,
I mean,
he was
also
pulling
to
all
be
the strings.
fair and not to be rude, none of these women were tens.
I mean, I'd be
But
like,
we've never been in Cape Town.
I
Maybe
was gonna
these
say,
are Cape Town tens.
no, but I think this was the Cape. This was like seedy part of Cape Town. I remember Ryan saying that it was like the
Yes, no, he
worst, like
did
the
say that.
yeah, like it was a
So these
bad
are
part of Cape
seedy
Town.
Cape Town tens.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Be like
And
coming to
Ryan
LA and
had
going
so much love
downtown.
for him. God bless. That actually kind of made me sad when she was like, "You were finally getting better," and then
I
she's like, "Okay, go
know.
home. We had some wild times. I'll never not love." I was crying a little bit when,
Oh, it was sad. I was like, oh, because she just wanted him to do better.
yeah. And then
And
she goes to the other woman, "Who are you?" And she's like, "It's a crazy
long
story."
story.
No shit. There's
Yeah.
no way you could tell anyone that story.
No, but then Barry's back, so Barry's gonna be have a lot of explaining to do. Well, although they probably are gonna get it.
Are they sure that was Barry or was it the baby? Because she was in,
No, that was the bear. They dropped him back. I feel like they took the
they
alien out of
dropped him
him and dropped him back down.
because only the wife says Barry. So I didn't know if the baby came running after her and fell and the wife got confused.
Oh
It
no, I
did
think
sound like a drop, but we didn't see anything.
yeah, I think the aliens just dropped him back down. Cause
I too
yeah.
would have kicked him out of my ship. So I've been like, yeah, you're a little wasted. Bye.
I'd be like, can we figure out another way for me to get into the body and not through the penis? Because
That didn't seem ideal. No.
mm-mm. No, I can I like I'll even go through the mouth. That's also disgusting, but that seems better than the penis.
Although penis does seem preferable to anus
Mm. Yeah, I mean if I have to choose between the two.
between the two.
Yes.
I feel like, as far as entrances, ear
I was
probably
gonna say
most.
ear.
Ear
I could
seems
no
most preferable. Nose,
right.
number
That's a
two.
shorter canal, straight to the
Or,
brain.
yeah. Nose, number two, same reasoning. Mouth,
Yeah.
number three.
Yep.
And then anything really below the neck, less
That's a
desire.
no. It's gonna be
No,
a no for me.
no. Um, so, should we tell them what we watched? We watched
Oh,
Fried.
yes.
Oops, sorry guys. Welcome back to Heart and Heels. This is the quality you've come to expect in our recording of podcasts. Um, we watched Fried Barry, which is now a Shudder exclusive here in the US. It was filmed in Cape Town. If you've been
South
a
Africa.
long-time listener, first-time caller, you will know that we interviewed the creator slash
Writer,
director.
director.
who gave himself a cameo in his own movie, which you
Cameo.
gotta love.
Yes.
He was sleazy bar dude talking about getting some strange.
The pimp.
Which
He was
kudos
a
for
pimp.
Ryan's acting ability, because we have met him. He couldn't be lovelier. That is not his personality at
No.
all. So
At
kudos
least
on
not
his
when he
acting
interviews.
ability as well. Honestly, he's a very handsome man, and I don't know that if I was a single woman in a bar having had a few cocktails, I wouldn't throw Ryan Kruger some. So,
Mm,
just saying,
yeah.
he's his accent too, very loverly.
My goodness gracious.
He was
Yeah.
adorable, and
Definitely crushed on him a little bit.
if you haven't watched that podcast or listened to it, listen to it. Go back and do
It's
it
pretty
because it
good.
was
He was our very first
interview.
guest on our show. It was
Yeah.
so fun.
Um,
That one went off on tangents. I remember we ended up talking about ants and horses.
yeah, things happen, guys. It's a fun ride. It was like poor Ryan. It was like 1 a.m, like Cape Town time when we recorded, or something crazy. Like I don't even know. He
Yeah,
was smoking. I was drinking. I
it
think
was a good
it
time.
was some sort of holiday weekend. That
Probably Labor Day weekend
It was
because we
Labor
had
Day
just
weekend.
started in
I'd
August.
already been drinking at my
Yep.
father's. It was a great, because I just kept saying to my dad, I've got to get home. I have a guest on my guest, because we were fairly new, and they're like, you've had 4 episodes. How do you have a guest? And I'm like, Ryan requested this. I felt like a celebrity that day.
Right? Yeah. It was
And
like,
yeah,
he wanted to be on our show. Now he's too big. He can't even talk to us anymore. It's fine.
I know he has no time for horror and heels, but back when he had time, he came on. We had a lovely conversation. So go back and listen to that.
I
Now
was
that
like,
he's won multiple awards at
yeah,
multiple
he's on
film
Shudder now. When you couldn't watch it in the US, he had plenty of time for us. No. uh, oh man, when Joe Bob was like, Fried Berry's gonna be the next movie, I was like, yeah! I was so excited. I didn't
I
even know.
was so tired at that point and had to be at work, leave for work at 6 a.m. And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, Jen, thank God there was no traffic, because I was completely wrong about my start time. And my first client was at 7:45. Thankfully, I got to work at 7:45, so it was fine.
Yeah. But
But
that's late for you.
I know. Yeah, if I thought she was 8:30, so you can imagine.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
my
worked
gosh.
out.
Oh, God,
How was your Mother's Day? What'd you do?
Mother's Day. Well, it was yesterday.
Yep.
I took my mom. We went and got petties at a local place. Because I was looking like the plumber who has no water. It was really embarrassing. Um, and then me and her did like a little shopping at these cute little shops next to the place where we got our pedicures. And then we went to my father's, and him and Ed did lunch for us. My
Nice.
dad grilled some steaks and stuff. What
Ooh.
about you?
We went to Descanso Gardens, in La Cañada. It's like north of here. It's not that far. And then we walked around and did the gardens for a little bit, and then we did an escape room, and
You
then
guys love an escape room.
oh, we do. Yes. We're big
Yeah.
on the escape rooms. They're so much fun.
This is reason number 4,000 why the drivers just need to adopt Alicia, because Alicia as well loves an escape room. I feel like I would fit in so well with the driver clan.
It would be so fun. Uh, we did, yeah, and then we picked up a steak dinner from Fleming's. Had dinner.
You guys also love Fleming's.
Yep.
You have mentioned Fleming's quite a few times on this podcast,
Once
and
we found out they do you do takeout, like it's been
I
Fleming's
feel
all the
like
way.
Fleming's is getting a lot of sponsorship on this
Right?
podcast.
Can I get a free dinner? My birthday's coming up.
Something.
Fleming's, let's go.
Yeah, let them know.
Oh.
Was the weather good?
Oh yeah, it was better than we thought it was gonna be. I dressed for like cold weather, and when we got there, I had like a button-down shirt on. I took it off with my tank top because it was too hot. But it was nice.
It was
And
nice in the morning here, and then we had torrential downpours.
oh no, what?
To the point where, once again, there were just puddles everywhere today, so I couldn't do anything outside.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One day it'll be dry on my lands when I am off.
our gloomy season is coming. June. We'll
I have
see.
to say, even seedy Cape Town looked kind of fun and cool, though.
I don't know about fun.
I'm such a long. I love craziness. I'm a
I
New
can't
Yorker. It was Times
can't do
Square. It
crazy.
was Times Square when I was a kid. It's fine. I'm used to it.
I don't mind. I don't mind craziness as in fun, safe crazy, but that didn't look fun or like that didn't look like safe crazy. That looked like I have to keep watching my six. I got to keep my head on a swivel kind of crazy. I don't like that. That's stressful.
But I enjoy getting into fights,
Oh,
so.
well, see, there you go.
But I
That's
don't because there's no one to fight. Because I'm more of a. I don't like instigating. I'm a fight starter, but I'm just dying for somebody to like try me. I really am. I always say, I'm like, I might not come out of that alive, but best beware. Even if you're alive, you're not gonna be good if you try to attack me. Like, I'm serious. Like, I've been building up a lot.
it's it's
It's
it's
simmering.
coming
I
and it's
would.
gonna
But my
pop.
friend says, and I say this too. I go, but my second problem is my bitch face is never resting. It's ever vigilant. So I feel like nobody would try to like step to me or anything because they're like,
It's an
she,
active bitch face.
it's active. They're like, she doesn't seem like the one because all my other friends would tell me how when they would be out shopping and stuff, people would try to touch their belly while they were
Oh
pregnant.
no.
And nobody ever
So
tried to touch
weird.
mine. Thank you, world. And my friends are like, yeah, because you always walk around like you're ready to break somebody's fist hand anyway. I'm like, one
Oh,
woman once, I saw
good.
her go into my friend's belly, and I was like, you touch her belly, you're losing your hand. And the woman startled and looked at me like I was crazy. I go, no, miss, we don't touch strangers. It's not how this world
Right.
works.
I've never had
One
that.
good thing about COVID is like people have really backed up out of personal space. And even once we're fully vaccinated and we've gone through this, if we could keep that up, just stay 6
Right. There's
feet
some
away
things that
from
I
me,
want to
I'd be
keep.
very
Like,
pleased.
I'm okay with continuing to wear masks at the grocery store so people aren't breathing on my food. I'm
Yeah,
okay with wearing them at a buffet. I will probably still wear them in public restrooms because I feel better with them
right.
in like the nasty public restrooms. So there's
Yeah,
some things that I'm like, COVID actually helped us out.
yeah.
And like with the airlines, now they actually organized getting on the plane. I'm like, why did it take COVID for you to say, hey, get on the plane in order from back of the plane to the front of the plane?
See, I feel like that used to be a thing, and then it wasn't, and now it is again. Like, why? When did it
Why did we
stop?
stop that? Like, that made no sense.
Yeah,
Ugh. And also, they should also make you, wherever you're sitting, that's where your luggage goes. That's where your carry-on goes, above your aisle. You can't,
right.
because I've seen people put their baggage on in the front of the plane and then go all the way to the back to their seat.
I
And I'm
never
like,
understood that either.
no, you don't get to do that. There are assigned bins for your seat. Go put it above your seat. Stop taking people's space up in the front. So
Yeah, no,
irritating.
I never.
People do just the dumbest stuff.
The planes are like the wild, wild west, and I just want to know when that happened.
I don't know. I don't know.
When?
No idea.
And
Mm.
also, everybody on all flights, please, shoes on. Shoes on feet.
Well, if you take care of your feet, I don't care. But if they're nasty, gross feet that stink, then yeah, you need to keep your stuff on. See, like I take a shower and I wear sandals onto a plane. And then with my sandals on, it's like, well, I already practically don't have shoes on anyways. But my feet are fine, so
But Jen,
yes.
let's be really honest right now. People like you and I, who are maintaining our feet, are not the people taking off their shoes.
That's why I
You
said
know these are not the people I'm talking about. Only the nasty fuck funk people
yeah.
who are just not living appropriately
Yeah.
are
And like
feeling the need. Because listen, people who maintain themselves have a high level of respect for themselves, and thus they have a high level of respect for everybody else. So wouldn't think that it would be appropriate to take shoes off on a plane.
yeah.
Yeah, I will admit that I have, in the middle of a flight, gone in and changed my footwear because I was not landing in Jamaica in my snow boots. Left New York, there was snow on the ground. Jamaica,
Yeah.
there, I wasn't doing it, guys.
Yeah.
But once
I've
again,
changed what?
Yeah, I change during
I'll
the
change
flight.
in the bathroom at the airport when I land. Like, because I like wearing comfy clothes. I always wear, like, leggings.
Well, the snow boots were getting. What I should have done was change when I got into the airport.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
didn't,
Yeah.
and that was stupid.
I
Because
can't
then I
imagine
just started
I can't
dying.
imagine wearing snow boots on a plane. Like, that
No,
would
no, I
drive
was
me
dying.
insane.
I just wasn't thinking. Like, I was so worried about getting to my terminal.
Yeah.
And then I got there and I was just sitting there like I could have done it at any time. But
Oh,
I'm so worried about, like, they make you very worried about missing a flight, guys.
they
Okay.
do. I already don't like wearing shoes, so snow boots on and being in a plane would just drive me insane. If I'm next to people, I definitely won't do it. But if I have I had the window seat on the way to Colorado by myself the whole
Oh, yeah.
way. So I was like, I'm just
That's
gonna take my
different.
shoes off. And
That,
again, I shower before I go on a plane, so my
right.
feet are fine.
You're not the people I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't want somebody to see me
Also,
on a plane and
let's
be
just
like, you
also
said,
talk. You can pack your own food, but how about no tuna salad, no egg
yeah, nothing
salad, none of
gross.
the salads? Okay, really, on a roll. Keep it classy.
Like a burger. I don't mind the smell of a burger or a slice of pizza.
You're packing your own burger for.
No, but like the restaurants they have in their airport, if you
Oh,
grab a burger from there or something.
gotcha.
Oh. All
Uh,
right. So anyway, we are talking about fried beer.
we are. There were some aircrafts in Fried Barry, not the type we would ever
Oh
fly in, but
man, when he flew through the air, when he was hot, when he got that shot of hair on, and was like,
yeah,
ah,
so
tripping
much
balls.
heroin.
He was tripping balls.
Why?
Uh,
Why? I guess for the heroin is why Barry went back to that weird bar. You sit down at a bar and a man just starts jibber jabbering at you. I'm avoiding that individual. Do you think they knew each other?
oh yeah, they were friends. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because he called him Barry, and he was talking. My favorite line in that scene is when he's like, "It's a little bit racist." I know, because I'm a little bit racist. That's why I come in here.
um,
I was like, this guy.
the poor bartender.
Yeah, he had.
Nobody's calling him by his right name. He's like, it's Charles. Then the guy tips him a quarter. I'm
That's
not up on the currency of
Cape
Cape
Town.
Town, but
However,
I'm going to guess a quarter is a bad tip wherever you may be.
any kind of change is not good in any
Unless
currency.
we're unawares and all their money is in coin form, and I just don't know, because in some countries I
Yeah,
do
that's what
know
I was thinking.
all
Yeah,
their money is in
it's
coin
coin.
form. Do you know what I never realized until I was watching, and he is right, the Osbournes? Ozzy pointed out one day, he said, blind Americans have to be very trusting because all your money feels exactly the same.
Oh yeah.
And I never noticed it until I went to other countries. But he's right. Like, different denominations are different sizes and stuff.
Yeah, all ours are the same.
I had never thought about it before, but I'm like,
Yeah.
he's right. Also, because I'm not the type of person who would ever steal to begin with. And I'm not the type of person who would
Right.
ever
That would.
steal from a blind person. Like, that
Yeah.
just kicks it up a notch. I'm sorry. You're a special kind of asshole. Um, I was like, so I had never even thought about it. Like, our money doesn't even have braille on it.
It kind of does. I'm wondering now that you said it. So I know there's a little trick that we used to use to when I worked at the bank to feel if $100 bill is real or not. You can feel his jacket.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So there's kind of that. I don't know if it's on the other
I don't know if that's on the others.
currencies.
That, or you can hold it up and look for the strip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the blind people can't do that.
Right, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that's
I'm
the other
saying
one.
if somebody's really smart with counterfeiting, that trick doesn't work either. And those pens for a long time,
Yeah.
really good counterfeiters caught on that if you wash the money in. Should I say this out loud?
I was like, wait a minute, are you giving people tips on how to better
Listen,
counterfeit
you
their
could do
money?
this with a Google search. I'm not giving. Listen, I'm sure it's been in Bad Girls, or Good Girls. What is that? Good Girls on NBC. They counterfeit all the time.
Oh.
If you soak the money in potato starch, you can override those counterfeiter pens.
Oh, really now?
Yeah.
Good to know.
Good to know. Look at all these friendly tips. But yeah, so a 25-cent tip, getting back to that, is no bueno. Don't do that. You're asking, I certainly never do that if you want to go in to an establishment again. I once had a friend who would complain that he always got bad service wherever he went. I had never been out to dinner with this individual before. Then I went out to dinner and saw he thought 10% was a good tip. I was like, what? I was like, absolutely not. He's like, you get excellent service. And then he saw me tip over 20%. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in the service industry. I know what these people have to go through.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, word about you has gotten around in town, and that's why you get horrible.
They know.
They know. Um, service industry is rough, man.
It's dealing with people. People.
God bless those people.
Always rough.
Um,
Oh, and then when Barry was in the hospital
uh,
and, and the crazy guy had the
which
gun.
time? The first time.
Yeah.
The mental
The
hospital.
mental hospital, yeah. I was like, how did he get a gun? And then while he's just like popping people, I was like, oh my God. And then eventually I was like, wait a minute, I bet he's not even shooting anybody because I don't see how he would have gotten a gun. And we've not seen anyone coming at him or anything. I thought that was actually kind of funny.
Right.
That they thought they were doing this whole like army thing and they were just walking through the halls.
Yeah. Yeah, still, I thought it was very weird when Barry, did we get his wife's name? Did we ever get his name?
No, let me see.
Okay.
I'll look at it.
Barry and his wife go to have relations, and she runs,
To get a
grabs
condom.
a condom, shakes it at her son, and says, "You're not going to have a
My
brother." No. Because that kid was old enough to start remembering things.
That's fine.
But the first time he sees a condom, that memory
He's
is
not gonna know what that was. He's not gonna remember that. Trust me, he's not gonna remember that.
You'd be shocked at what kids remember.
I know what I know stuff I remember. I watched movies that I watched at 10 years old and I still had no idea what the heck was they were talking about. And now I'm like, "Oh, I get it now." That's why it's weird that people like really shelter their kids a lot sometimes because I'm like, they don't know what that is. They're not gonna know.
I thought it was so funny. This movie is rated 18 plus.
Yeah, that little thing at the beginning.
I
And
was
then the
like,
intermission.
oh, Ryan, you're.
I think
I love that
okay.
he kept writing it a Ryan Kruger thing.
Yeah, a Ryan Kruger thing. He's got his brand. He is on
Got a
brand.
brand.
I think her name is Suze, the wife.
Great.
I think.
Suze was a trooper.
Yes. Yeah. It's sad that Alien Berry was better than regular Berry.
Yeah.
And the two cops that were questioning him reminded me of the cops from The Hangover.
Oh, I could see
When
that. Yeah.
when they were like, how many kids, you sick? 15? 30? And then she's like, and he's like, 100? 100? I was like, wow, these two are like doing the most.
Well, you know what made me sad about that is Barry saved all those
I
children.
know. I was like, well, that sucks.
It's like he saved them.
He's a good guy. That's the thing. Like, I like that the alien wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't evil. He
Right.
was just exploring
Right.
and
He
seeing what
like
it was
saved
like.
that man on the street.
Yeah.
So,
With the heart attack when his wife came and grabbed him in the car.
yeah.
That guy that beat him up was really hot.
Well,
The
yeah.
guy in the
Yeah.
gang. I was like, oh, hey, sir.
What an interesting little gang.
Right? How does
Odd.
that? How did
First
they
of
meet?
all, there's three of you. Third of all, the short one just needed protection. But he's part of this group. He's talking to you. I want to start doing shots every time that kid said that.
He's a little lackey guy.
Lackey guy.
Yep.
All I kept thinking every time I saw kids running without shoes on is, oops, somebody's eventually going to need a tetanus shot.
Yeah.
The same thing I think every time my son gets away from me and gets onto my front deck. I'm like, this is eventually not going to go well. Because we're not a shoes in the house family, so he gets out there and his sucks a lot.
Yeah. I don't like wearing shoes in my house. I hate it.
No. I mean, I wear slippers, but he won't keep his slippers on, so.
Like, shoes are just, ugh. I like shoes when I'm going out, but if I'm in the house and stuff, no.
No, I like to be free.
That's why I like summer, because then I get to wear my sandals and I don't feel constricted and
Yeah.
claustrophobic.
I thought it was great that he's like, what are you doing on this side of the tracks? And then they literally shot it as a train was coming by, because I'm like, missed the tracks completely till that train was coming by. I'm like, dude, I think you're unaware of where Oh, no, there are literal tracks.
There's tracks. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Ryan. The film quality was actually really good, too.
Yes, it was.
It was very good.
The special effects were very well done.
Mhm.
I was literally terrified of that woman's birth. Literally.
Oh, God, that was awful.
There was
That
too much black sludge.
Yeah, it was so black. I props to her though for keeping it, because I don't know I don't think I would have kept it. I'd have been like, well, you go on your way now. I like how she said it came out of me, but it's not mine. I was like, I think that's how
That's how it works.
That's how it works. If it comes out of you, it's yours.
Literally, the only time it's not yours is if you signed legal surrogacy papers and you did not supply the egg at
The
all.
egg nor the sperm, then it's yours.
Yes, that is legally the only time. And even then, there's some legal gray area.
Right, you could still kind of.
Any other time a baby comes out of you as a female, oh, it's yours.
It's yours, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Never had any question.
How freaky would that have been, though? Because you can imagine that's why she was screaming, because it's growing at a rapid pace.
So rapid.
Oh.
Oh.
I practically crawled out. Oh, no. I was like, I am
That was
good.
a very intense upshot.
It was.
The other day, my child tried to tell me I was not the mama, and I'm like, oh, look, I still have that C-section scar. Yep, I'm still the mama.
Till that goes away.
Never going away. Mine still feels weird sometimes to this day, which my doctor says is normal, but I'm like, oh, okay.
Feels weird how?
Like, you want to itch it, but you, like, almost itchy, but not itchy, and itchy doesn't, yeah.
Ah, that's terrible.
And many women feel that. Like, it's like phantom. Like,
I get, because I get those without a C-section. Like, sometimes I'll get it, like, on my leg. I don't feel itchy, but then I scratch and there's nothing. But then it'll
yeah.
Oh. That's like
so. Listen, my son's really so lucky. He's adorable. That's what they do. That's what the universe does. Even that baby was adorable. At first, I thought it had a tail, and then I realized it was the umbilical cord. So there's that.
Yeah. The sucking on the boob as a grown man, I'd be like, no. I would have cut that off real fast.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Well, wait, were you there when we saw... What was that movie? Babe? Oh, God, that was another one.
That was
the babysitter.
Yeah, and she was, like, getting off on that.
Yeah, that was weird as fudge.
That was so weird. I still have to go back and finish that one.
What?
I still have to go back and finish Baby.
Oh, I was about to say something, so I'm glad I didn't.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, because I was doing my book club, and I was trying to keep watching while I was doing my book club discussion. Oh, okay. I couldn't, so I got to go back.
Well, how far did you get?
I had it on, like, almost to the end, but...
Do you know why she took Baby?
No, so I wasn't able to hear any of that, so I got to go back and watch.
I have to say, honestly, watching it to the end makes you feel better for Baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
'Cause-
do that for yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna finish it because I was like, it was like right when it was getting interesting, and I was like, damn it, I have to go.
The hair in that movie.
All these
So
70s
much
movies, man.
questions.
All these 70s movies.
Seriously. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen Baby, what did we watch that on? Prime?
Shudder.
Shudder?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Give it a watch. It's a 70s craziness that is
Yeah.
not to be.
Insanity. I wouldn't even know.
I
Just
mean,
watch
I
it.
don't suggest watching it sober by any stretch of any imagination.
Wouldn't suggest it.
Would not for the sober. But a very interesting look, at least I thought, of definitely in the 70s, a lack of oversight for needs of children that could definitely spiral out of control if not.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was an interesting commentary on the how overworked the social work system at that time was, that a situation like that could go on for so long unpended.
Mm.
Without the state having truly fully, because in the beginning, so I'm not spoiling this, the woman says, so it's about a woman and the baby. They call him baby, but he is a grown man still living as a baby.
As a baby, yes.
And so they get social supports because they claim that baby cannot mentally grow past the state he has, even though he is physically grown. The state has only checked in once every 6 months on baby. And I feel like that makes, if you are exploiting a situation, that makes it real easy to exploit that situation real quick. Like, at least for the first 5 years of the child's life, I think I would have been doing random pop-ins very often, because then it's harder to hide things.
Mm-hmm.
It's me.
Especially a case like that, you'd
Yeah.
think they'd be on that.
Yeah. So yes, definitely a weird but interesting watch. And if nothing else, just to see some of the most truly horrific hair you've ever seen. Also, Fried Barry, in case you'd like to see some of the most truly horrific hair you've ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
Poor
That was
Barry.
interesting, the flashbacks though of Barry with his wife.
Yeah.
Like they were all like a happy family and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That actor was pretty good. His facial expressions.
Yes. No, he was, especially since he didn't talk for much of the movie. He was doing all of his acting through physical and face work. And I thought he did a very good job of conveying feelings and emotions through that. I mean, you could see he definitely had a childlike quality, like or not a childlike quality, a need to protect children. Something in the alien was quite desirous to protect children. You see it. He didn't want to leave when the baby was born.
Yeah.
And you see it on his face. He's like shocked, like, what can I do? How can I help? And then when he sees the baby all grown up, he's still shocked, like, what can I do? When he finds the children being held hostage
he definitely
by that
was
maniac,
like,
he rescues all of them. Yeah, very interesting. I thought that was. What was your favorite scene of the movie?
Probably the one where he's in the mental hospital and the guy is going through shooting.
With the
And
gun?
then we find out he just had a baton and not an actual gun. I thought that was very well done, comedic wise.
Yeah.
I didn't understand him in the car with that guy, and it was like a screen while they were driving, and then there was like fire. The guy who picks him up from the mental hospital. Did you get that? I didn't understand. It looked like they were, in the 50s when they drove, it was just them on a car and then a screen going by. That's how it looked in Fried Barry. And I was trying to figure out what that meant or what that was.
I did not clock that.
Huh.
My favorite was like the last 5 minutes when the wife finally, after searching, finds Barry again, thinks he is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, that poor woman, she was doing also very good facial acting. Like, she was really giving it her all. I thought she was a very good actress because you believed in her very first scene with him, the frustration, the turmoil about him with the drugs and the alcohol and everything, and what she can do to help this man. And then he comes back as the alien, and you see things are getting better between them in certain ways. And then, so to think things are getting better in your relationship, and then to then think your spouse is dead.
Yeah.
And then, so her and this other woman, she's like, no time to explain, we just need to get him out of here.
Yeah.
Boom. And then the two of them just watch him go back to his spaceship, and she's crying and saying all these kind things.
Yeah. It was well done.
What I loved is that the other woman knew, like, this was not her time to say shit. Like,
Yeah.
you shared one night, this woman shared a life.
Yeah.
Back. And
I liked
I appreciated that. Like,
yeah.
the woman stood there as a supporting person and didn't try to take anything from her, and I appreciated that.
And she didn't like mouth kiss him. It was like a thank you for giving me the child, because she did like the child, love the child. Right. So it was like a thank you for giving me a child when they told me I couldn't have one. Right. And then the wife just she looked at her sideways, but she didn't get upset, and she wasn't like, who are you? Like, they didn't, like you said, they did do that catfight thing. Even the wife was respectful of her, because she has no idea what she went through with him. Right. But she didn't give
I
her
like
shit
that they were
for
both very respectful of each other.
They don't know where they fit in the story, but they weren't mad at each other about it. And then at the end, she's like, do you want to go have a drink? What did she say?
Grab a beer?
Yeah.
If I see someone I know getting taken by the aliens, I'm gonna need several beers. Not just one.
And obviously this person is the only one who I can talk to about it, because they're not gonna think I'm crazy. So let's go.
They also just saw it, Whoever else, listen, if you're with me, just putting this out there, don't care if you're a stranger or not, you're with me, we witnessed an alien abduction together. I've got the first 2 rounds at least for that night. Nice. Maybe the first 3, okay? We're going down on this ship together, guys.
We're getting absolutely schnockered.
Yeah. Now that Chris Long has heard this, he's like, I need to be around Alicia at all times.
Yeah, I'm like, he's gonna stage an alien abduction. He's gonna stage an alien abduction around you just so you can get a first 2 rounds.
Well, honestly, Chris lives right up in Maine, so when we go up to Maine, because I really want to see the state of Maine, I'm gonna definitely make sure to say hi to Chris.
Too.
Yeah.
It says that Ryan wrote this in 3 days as a scene breakdown, and most of the film's dialogue and blocking was improvised or workshopped on set.
He told us that.
Yeah, I remember, but I'm just saying, like, for those who didn't hear that.
Well, no, don't give away content, guys. If you want more exclusive content like that, go to the episode with Ryan and listen now.
But for those who have already heard it, I'm just reminding them, because that's a cool thing. Because
even if you already heard it, it was a great episode. Go back, listen again. But
now we're talking about the movie, and I was just saying that goes with what you were saying about the dialogue. How it's pretty cool that they were able to get that kind of dialogue and emotion from a script that didn't really have a lot of dialogue to begin with.
True.
Yeah, that's all.
I'm just trying to maximize our listens, Jen. Overall thoughts on the movie?
I think it's worth a watch. I wouldn't call it horror. It wasn't like, it was more sci-fi, which, unless you think alien abduction is scary, which I don't, so.
Right.
But it's not horror. I would say it's more sci-fi.
Just to any pregnant woman out there.
Oh, don't watch
maybe it. Not. Maybe watch after you give birth.
Just wait. Just wait.
Wait. You don't need to see any of that yet.
If you don't want to get pregnant, watch it.
Yes.
We'll definitely remind you.
Birth control
which I like. That was also a good touch that they showed her going to get a condom, because then you're not like.
The other woman pulled one out of her bra.
Yeah, so we know that's why no one else got pregnant by him, because they actually use condoms, which was that's a good touch. I like that. But yeah, if you're looking to not get pregnant, go ahead and watch the movie.
Yeah, that'll help. It is on Shudder. Shudder is having always has a bunch of promotions as
yeah.
far as
Subscription.
discounts, percentiles off memberships. So and I believe they have was it a 10-day free trial?
Something like that. I think I had a
They
month at one
always
time.
change their trials and everything. But they're great. Go
It's worth
ahead.
having. If you're a horror fan, you should
Yeah,
have Shudder.
yeah,
I've heard people rag on it, but they've always got just random stuff,
it's
movies I
great.
probably wouldn't have gotten to see otherwise.
Yeah,
It's if
I
you're a
love
horror fan, it's
Bomb
worth.
Fridays. I was so excited. It was 8:20 at work. I live 30 minutes away from home. I work 30 minutes away from home, I should say, on Friday night. Sometimes I dilly-dally just because, I like my coworkers and stuff. I'm not in a rush to get out of work, even if I'm done with my client. This Friday, everybody's looking at me. They've never seen Alicia clean with such. No, I clean and I clean very thoroughly.
Yeah,
This was like,
but it was fast. It was like
there was no dilly, no dally. I wasn't like cracking jokes. I was like,
you're like I gotta go.
getting it done. And they're all like, I'm like, I'd actually be able to make it home for Joe Bob. I hadn't eaten all day. Typically buy me the KFC, which is very good. So I don't understand why they never have a line. They never have a line. They barely had a line, and I got stuck behind the man ordering all the
Oh yeah,
KFC
you told.
on the planet. So I got home 3 minutes late. So I started 5 minutes late this time. I was like, I never, ever, ever am able, or not actually 13 minutes late because I took a shower. Any kind of weird lore always gets me. It doesn't scare me, but it intrigues me. It's probably one of the reasons why I love Dan Cummings' Time Sucks so much, because he talks about just weird cults, weird killers, weird beliefs that are out there, and I find all of that so interesting. So this definitely worked for me because I think it's the first time we're really seeing it from the aliens'
That's true.
point of
Yeah.
view, which I think, like, he sees that couple interacting and he's like,
And that he
oh,
picks that up.
that's how I should interact with my wife. Like,
Hmm.
little
And
things
he's
like
not a
that.
bad guy. There was no like
Not a bad guy.
bad guy. It wasn't a bad alien. I mean, other
He
than
was
sticking things in
actually
my
a very
ass.
helpful alien. He
Yeah.
saved many people's lives in the
I know.
course of 20, it was like 24 hours, right?
Yeah, something like that. And
Yeah.
I'm hoping Barry was present and that maybe he will adapt some of those changes. Like hopefully maybe he's
Yeah.
off the heroin now cuz that I really liked.
24 hours as an alien would definitely get me off the heroin.
Right, right. But and like saw that his wife could be cuz maybe they're just stuck in this rut where
Right.
they're stuck being that way. Now that he's seen that she can respond when he responds well,
Yeah.
then maybe he'll change. But yeah, I
I
thought that
agree.
was interesting. It was not really the bad guy was the guy that had the kids, but other than that, there wasn't a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That little gang that beats Barry up ain't great.
Yeah.
Just because you found them fuckable didn't make them great.
No, just the main, not all of, just the one guy was hot. But
The
yeah,
bald
but they're
guy.
also just street thug. That's they're whatever.
What Jen
Um,
is saying is she has a thing for the bad
I actually
boy.
don't. I wish I did, but golly.
Just to narrow down one trait that um
If you tell me you parked like I don't even like people who it just I don't know bad guys that just can't.
I can't.
I find it so unattractive. I'm like, oh
No,
my
get your shit
god.
together.
I was dating a guy or I dated a guy and he had a fake handicap placard and I was
No, that's ridiculous. Don't do that.
right, but to me that's the like bad and I was like even that just got on my nerves. I was like, nope, you're not
Yeah.
okay. Don't call me again. We're good.
Yeah.
Like that's just lame. That makes you lame.
Yeah. But then, and also people who do that, just going to the fake handicap placard thing, make it so hard for people
Mhm.
who look abled. So I have a friend
Mhm.
has a serious rod in their back, like served in the military, rod in their back, like thankfully was not completely paralyzed. Has a real handicap placard.
Yeah.
Doesn't often use it, but one time was having a flare, had to go into CVS for their medicine, and really needed to use that space that day.
Yeah.
Like it was got screamed and cursed at. Oh, you're just using your
By
grandpa's
who?
car. Like a random person.
See, that pisses me off though too. Like it's not your job.
Yes, if there's a placard somewhere, you're done.
That's
And I'm always the type of person, if I see somebody getting out and there's not a placard, what I immediately say before anything else is, oh, sir or madam, so that you don't get ticketed, it looks like you forgot to hang your placard. If they then ignore me, because twice I've had two people go, oh my goodness, thank you, pull it from their center console and hang it.
yeah.
Once a person ignored me, slammed the door, walked away. Yes, non-emergent police. We have somebody parked illegally in a handicap
Oh
box.
my word, Alicia, you do the most.
I do. No, because listen, if you had been no, because you closed the door, you walked away from me, acted like you couldn't hear me, you knew you were parking illegally. You're now done. You're done. I just can't.
I get it, but
Alicia's a bitch. You really
you're a
don't want.
snitch. You're a snitch.
I'm a snitch. I don't care. Get your life. Then park appropriately.
I mean, I agree with that, but that's on you. You do you.
I also hate people who park in fire zones.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, if you can do it and not get a ticket, more power to you. But yeah, it's just
Don't
yeah,
like people
yelling at people. It's not. I don't know. I'm like, that's not for you
Oh,
to.
I didn't yell at the person.
No, I'm talking about the
said
people
to them,
who.
oh, sir, it looks like you forgot to hang your placard. You might want to do that so you don't get a ticket. He literally slammed the door and walked away. Not looked at me, so I know he heard me. Slammed the door, walked away.
No,
Well,
I mean,
now
the
you
people
know
who
what
do
you were
yell.
doing is wrong. You could have said, oh my goodness, I forgot my placard.
Yeah.
Or even, like, even if he had just been like, oh, my hip is killing me today. Can you just lie to me, but don't be an ass. Just don't be an ass.
I mean, yeah, ignore or stand up for answer for yourself. You're gonna do it, and
the two other people that I ever said that to were like, oh my goodness, thank you so much, and immediately hung their placard.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I'm not the type who just like is out to get you, but don't be a douche. Like, people really need those spots. Like,
yeah,
it's not funny. Like, it's not like.
Oh, I remember the scene, the grocery store scene.
Oh. Well, that receptionist was
that cashier was doing a lot.
Of
the water bottles. She's all like, and then.
Who also goes into a grocery store and buys a singular bottle of water?
I don't
That's not cost effective.
I don't know.
And
the cheese guy.
Oh, the cheese
guy. I was like, what is this man doing? Like, I'm not an alien and he's annoying me, so I can't even imagine what the alien.
Like, you're a little too excited about the cheese. I don't want to know what you did to it before you're giving it
and feeding it to people. Like, what grown man feeds another grown man cheese on a toothpick? Like, that's
listen. What two grown men choose to do in the privacy of their own home is one thing. Out in the supermarket,
out in the aisle of the supermarket,
person affiliated with, I'm gonna need to ask you to stop.
I don't need that. I'm good. I don't need that for me. I don't want to see anybody feeding a grown person feeding another grown person cheese on a stick. Take that to the back somewhere.
I feel like that's probably something Niles and Frasier did on Frasier.
Oh man.
It just seems like something those two brothers would have, like, oh, here, try this.
Oh, here, try this, Niles. Yep. That's not, oh my god.
It feels
They're
like
just the girliest men ever. It's hilarious. So not my type. Every time I watch it, I crack up, and I'm like, I'm surprised Frasier even is into women because he's so just. Oh,
who is just the sweetest gentleman in real life, though, is Niles, David Hyde Pierce.
I believe that.
I met him at a Starbucks once, and he could not have been lovelier.
Seems like a great guy.
He was laughing because I was waiting for my drink, and I know the whole staff, and so I was like, oh, David, your drink is up. And they were very busy. It was like packed in there. I was like, oh, do you need a topper? And so I reach over and I grab him a topper. Like, I'm going behind the counter with my arm. I'm like, oh, and here, take a thing. He's like, do you work here, miss? I was like, no. And they were all like, but we wish she would. And I was like, oh, thank you guys. Because, like, I don't know. What another thing, people, your straw wrapper does not belong anywhere with the garbage. Thank you. This is my public service announcement. Throw your shit out. They're already working hard enough. They don't need to clean up your mess at any establishment.
Oh, you mean throw?
I
I
don't
thought you
care
were.
the establishment. Throw your straw wrappers in a garbage.
Oh,
Any counter anywhere is not your receptacle for your
oh,
straw
you're saying
wrapper.
don't throw. Okay, I thought you were saying like I didn't understand what you were saying. You're saying
Don't throw your straw
don't leave
wrappers
it on
on
the
the
counter.
counter. Go throw
Don't leave
them
it on
out.
the counter. Got it.
Don't leave any of your debris on the counter. Your counter,
Or
the
anywhere
counter
that's
is
not a
your
trash
garbage.
can. If you're a
Anywhere
grown
but a
person,
garbage can.
why is anything not in the trash? I don't get me started on that. I don't have the energy for it today.
Oh.
Littering just pisses me off. Yeah, that cashier woman was just.
Also,
But anyway, what?
wouldn't you be scared your manager would see you doing that? And
I,
also, why was she sitting down to ring groceries? Once again,
oh
I'm not ability shaming. That
no,
just seems like that would be more uncomfortable.
but see, I no, as someone who's worked desk, I would prefer to sit down because that's standing all day. Like that gives you back problems, it gives you leg problems, it gives you.
No, but I've done it. I gotta tell you, as a person who has to sit all day for her job, I have no option. You want to talk back and leg problems? That's no bueno.
See, well, that's why it should be both. You should be able to
Yeah.
do both because, and I think it's an American thing though, where they make you stand all the time for your jobs. Because again, that was in Cape Town, so maybe in other countries
Maybe.
they don't have this thing of, oh, let's show people that we're all standing up all the time, which I don't
Gotcha.
care. If you're checking out my groceries, you could be sitting, standing. I really couldn't give less of a crap about it. Although they do
It
at
just seems
Aldi.
like it
At
would that
Aldi, I
would
think they
be
sit down.
harder to do the job. I guess it would depend. I guess I didn't watch on where how high the thing was, which was my thought process. Because here in America, they're usually all chest height.
Right,
So if you're
because you're supposed
sitting,
to be
that makes it
standing.
very hard to scan.
Yeah, no, I think they're made for sitting there because
okay, I
yeah,
wasn't
'cause
watching hard enough.
actually at Aldi stores they sit
Do
but
they?
they have higher chairs so that
Okay.
they're up. They should just give you the option: sit when you need to sit, stand when you need to stand. They should let you do both.
I've been in supermarkets that have had chairs.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people that I've seen doing it, they're sitting when they're like not actively ringing. And
Yeah.
then when they go to ring to get it done quick,
Yeah.
they stand.
Oh, you know who she reminded me of? Kristen Wiig in SNL when she was the cashier. Oh yay! Do you
Oh
ever
yeah.
watch?
Just
I was
excited
like,
to be there. All in all, I thought the cast was great. I mean, I know they didn't have a ton of money, so I thought they did the most with what they had, which
yeah.
I always appreciate.
Again, he put it in the budget into film quality, which I love to watch a movie and it's got good film quality.
You know what I think is great is that Ryan seemed to have an eye, a thought process, and shows where to place the money. So instead of wasting money on a lot of writes, rewrites, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
which when you have more of a script, you waste a lot more money in reshoots, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you choose just to kind of let it flow,
This is like a
you're
concept.
not wasting money in reshoots and blowing through your budget, which I think is very smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was more of a concept and like you said, seeing things through Barry's the main character had no lines basically. So
Right.
it
So
was just his experience. So that was good.
yeah. So overall, how many heels would you give this?
I would say 3. Because I'm not a big sci-fi person. So as far as horror goes, I would say because I would say it's worth watching at least once.
Yeah.
But it's not one that I would watch again and be like, oh my god, you have to see it. But I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I would give it 4. I enjoy sci-fi. I like that this was from the alien's point of view, and I really like that he was a good guy.
Yeah.
I really did like that. I thought it was shot well. I thought Ryan was very smart to use the natural backdrop of the city, etc. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was great. I thought it added to just the overall feeling of this individual's wild night and day. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
would give it 4 out of 5 heels.
Yeah. I gotta
Um,
remember if I gave it has more heels than Idle Hands. I don't remember how many I gave Idle Hands, but I just want
oh,
to
we gave them
clarify.
1. I think we gave
I'm
them 1,
I'm giving
maybe
Idle
2.
Hands 1. If I said anything other than 1 last week, I'm taking it back. Idle Hands gets 1 because there's no way Fried Berry is on the level of Idle Hands. So I
Yeah,
just want to make sure Fried Berry gets 3, Idle Hands gets 1.
yeah. I kind of wonder if we'll ever see a movie. Oh, well, I would give Clownado 0 heels. 0 heels.
Clownado owes me heels.
Yeah, they owe us
They
heels. They owe
owe
me.
they
Well,
owe
you
me.
sat through the whole thing. I noped out, thankfully.
It never got. I was the host. I couldn't leave. I was like,
Now, that's
ah.
a construct in your head, my dear.
I'm
Could have. You were
a
co-hosting with
look.
Tom. You could have blamed Tom for
I'm
all
a
that.
ride or
Noped
die.
out.
Okay, if I commit, I commit. I'm gonna stick it out with you.
Nope.
Ooh, that was rough.
Much to your own detriment. And
Golly.
you know what's interesting? So I was sitting here, like, really thinking, what would have been a better way to do? I was really trying to think.
There are so many. Like it's endless. How
Okay,
many
so
better ways
first
you
of
could
all,
have done it?
I would have removed the whole opening scene. I would have opened with the trucker picking up Elvis, the Elvis impersonator,
Mm-hmm.
going to the stripper, grabbing her, that whole scene going to the diner, then the hitchhiker going to the diner. Then just her being there, but we don't know why they
Why?
want her. I honestly think would have been scarier.
Yeah.
We could have lost that whole
The,
mythic
the whole
heart thing,
witch
a
thing.
witch
Yeah.
thing that she died immediately, so that didn't pan out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really
Yeah.
could have
And
maybe
it was
5 more minutes. Just give 5 more minutes to the choices you're making.
right. And there
That's
wasn't
all.
even really a tornado involved. I was like,
Yeah, there
come
was.
on. They just said Clownado because of Sharknado, and they were just
Well, that
get,
and all
jumping
the
on that
reviews
bandwagon.
basically say that it was just a play to capitalize on the fact that Sharknado had a $20,000 budget and brought in
Yeah.
over 800,000. So,
Yeah.
and probably way more since those original numbers came out. But I'm just saying.
I can't wait for our summer movies.
Speaking of,
We got to do Sharknado at some point.
well, I thought we'd be doing that during our Shark Month.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, that
So
too.
yeah, guys, in August we're gonna do Shark Month in honor of Discovery's Shark Week that takes
Yep.
place in August. We'll definitely do Sharknado. We'll do Jaws. Have you ever seen Shark Night?
No.
Okay, we'll do that because it's one of my favorites.
Ooh, Deep
Um,
Blue Sea is a good one too.
yes, Deep Blue Sea because I can always watch Hello Cool J.
Right? Mm.
So
Mm-mm.
those will be our.
Ladies love Cool James. Yes,
Or
we do.
actually, you know what else I love too is open water. So we'll figure it out. But
Maybe we'll start doing extra content then
yeah,
and do some movies.
and I'm hoping that my friend who has swam with great whites and stuff might come on to do a movie with us and
Oh,
just
that'd be
talk to us
fun.
about the sharks in the movie, etc. I think that would be fun.
Yes.
And if there's any summer movies, so we are getting into prom
I
season.
was just
So
gonna say prom season.
I think our next two will be the Carries, the original Carrie and the Carrie remake with poor Chloe. I love you. You're an amazing actress, but I butcher your poor last name every time.
Moritz?
Moretz.
I think it's Moritz.
Moritz. Okay, I'm gonna go with what Jen said. So we're gonna watch the remake. So those will be the next 2 episodes because we are in prom season right now, and I know that because all the girls in town are calling me to do their prom nails. So I'm
Yep.
very well versed. Been booking a lot of prom.
We should actually start doing graduation movies if we can think of any or find any.
Well, did we also want to do prom night with Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah, because I
Three
haven't
prom
seen
night movies, and
that
then
one.
I can't think of a graduation movie off the
We
top
can
of my
think of, yeah, we can figure that out. See if we
head,
can
but I'm
think of
sure
any.
we will find one. And then there's just a ton of great summer horror, little sleepaway camp action.
Oh yes, we're getting that in this summer for
Great.
sure.
Just some great ones. I don't want to give away our whole calendar of ideas in one episode here, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that's. But next week will be the original Carrie.
Yes.
Yes. And then we'll go from there. So
Wait, next week will be the original Carrie. Do you don't want to save that for June?
when does prom take place in your towns?
It's usually in. I think they're. I guess they're.
Oh, maybe I guess that's all the junior proms people are booking. Oh,
Yeah.
junior proms. Oh, now that you're saying it,
But,
that sounds more right.
yeah, but it's fine.
Okay, guys, we'll figure it out. We'll get back
Yeah,
to you.
we'll figure out and let you know. But I want to give a shout out to some new listeners that I have because they started listening from the Shudder Horror fan group. So
Yeah, baby.
who gave us a shout? Lisa Marie from Shudder Horror Fans. She just started listening. She said she's going to be following. Carrie Brown, who I love. She's so much fun in our watch parties.
Yeah,
Shout
she's
out to her.
good egg.
She's awesome. She started listening for Brent's episode. And then DL from the group, she started listening too. She wants to come on.
Good. We would love to have you, DL. Chris, no, don't worry. You're still our number one
We
fan.
mention Chris like every week.
Chris, I mean, don't worry. Well, I don't listen. To be fair, though, Chris has been with us since the jump, so
Oh, yes. Yes.
yeah,
Oh, and David has too. He and David are always
yeah,
talking about our podcast. They
yeah,
love us so.
yeah.
All
I
the
mean, we love
love to
you guys
David and
back.
Chris.
Honestly, if you guys listen to this and you're not part of the Shudder Horror fans group and you really enjoy Jen and I's energy, join the group.
Oh,
These are the
man.
types of people, just the loveliest, most. I know we talked about it
So
with
much
Brent's
fun.
episode, but so much. I mean, we have Kylers who is teaching me some just great British slang that I'm just gonna start busting out at all times. She's
Is
fantastic.
she making you like the British accent now?
She is, and I hate her for that. So moving on. Me and Brent are like, oh, slowly. Kyler's
That's funny.
taking us to the dark side. Yeah, just the greatest group of people. And listen, do we sometimes get one or a bad egg who slips through? Yes. They get
Every once in a
caught by
while.
our amazing admin and mod team almost immediately. They get a
Oh my
warning, then
God.
they get booted. Our admin and mod team could not be
So good.
better. They are kind, funny, caring, and also do the most to keep the group kind, funny, and caring.
Yep.
People with
Respectful.
respectful. We are a group of people who have many different opinions, and we talk about them quite kindly.
Yes.
Like, for instance, did I think Clownado was the worst, most pathetic piece of crap I've ever seen in my life? Yes. But we are the type of group that I can say that and it not be and nobody's going to come back at me with, or more to the point, if somebody else said to me, "Oh, I really found it interesting for X, Y, and Z reasons," we are all mature enough to go, "I see your
Okay.
point, still
Yeah.
not for me." And some other groups I'm in, when people have dissenting opinions, it's like you've killed their. It's like they
Yeah.
lose their mind. Like if they said today, the sky is green, and you were like, "Oh, it looked more blue over here." In the Shudder Horror fan groups, we'd all be like, "Oh, okay." In other groups,
Oh
they're
my God.
eviscerating you, and that just doesn't happen here when we have discussions. And because we have had some discussions, there are
Yeah.
some dissenting opinions, especially
Yeah.
on Midsommar and
Yeah. And
Hereditary.
but the admins are on it. They will cut
Yeah,
those comments off so fast if people get
yeah. Because
ridiculous.
what I think is great is that we are able to have discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Certain people have given such in-depth thoughts, viewpoints, and reviews to things in a way that I had not seen that movie previously, or it can be a movie I had never thought about watching, but because of things they have said about it, I've been swayed to give it a chance. And you know what? I really enjoy that in life. I'm the type of person who enjoys opening up.
Oh yeah, I've watched so many things that I never would have watched had I
Yeah.
not joined this group.
I am
Never would have
not a
watched.
huge werewolf movie person, but
I hate werewolf movies.
I did enjoy Ginger Snaps. I enjoyed the relationship between the two sisters. I thought that was fantastic. I thought the acting was very well done. So while it's not a movie I think I would have particularly reached out towards by myself, I'm glad that the drive-in and the group brought me to it because I appreciate that I saw it.
Funny how hypocritical of me that I'm like I don't like werewolf movies either, but now I'm hosting a Werewolf Wednesday with with Tommy.
Which
But
ones
that's
were your
because
movies this week?
Cursed is going to
Is
be
that
that's
the one with my
Christina
man
Ricci,
Jonathan Jackson?
Joshua Jackson.
Yes,
Yes.
is that what I just said? No, I
You
said
said
Jonathan
Jonathan.
because I've been drinking. Joshua, I love you. Come on,
That we could talk about that. Oh my god, I love that movie so much. And I'm not a big werewolf movie fan, but it's Wes
I love
Craven, so
that
it
one.
makes sense. It's so
I
good.
remember watching that one with my dad. He brought it home from the library because he knows I love horror stuff.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that in theaters with my brother and my dad because the commercials didn't mention werewolf. It made it seem like it was some alien monster or something. And I was like, oh, it's a werewolf. And I was like, but then I watched it and I was like, this movie's awesome. So
yeah. All right. Definitely very well done.
Yes. So yes, join Shudder Horror fans. Give us
And join Shudder.
Yeah.
And if you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, I'm not sure that you can do it on the other ones, but if you are listening on Apple Podcasts and you feel so inclined to rate, review, give us a little subscription button. My uncle goes, yours comes up every time. I'm like, yes, because you're subscribed to me. He goes, I subscribed. I go, yes, I am related to you. Of course you hit this. He's in his 70s. He's the sweetest man, and he is not into horror, but happily listens to about, I'd say, a minute and a half of every episode a week.
That's
so
hilarious.
He won't hear this because he never makes it to an hour and 16.
Doesn't make it.
But I am happy for him because I have a podcast, he has found some NPR and other podcasts that are much more in his stream. So even just being able to bring members of my family to podcasting because I have one, I think is very cool. But he's like, every week I get notified. I'm like, yeah, because you're subscribed.
Because you're subscribed. That's what that
He's like, well, I'm not subscribed to anybody else. I go,
well, then
you're not related to those podcasters. It doesn't matter. I'm like, did you have Easter with them? No, you don't.
So
I'm on the other side. I think I've subscribed to every podcast I've ever even listened to one episode to of. I get way too many podcast notifications.
Yeah, I don't have any podcast notifications. And I'm always subscribed, but I don't listen to I need to listen to them. I'm trying.
It's what I do when I clean and when I commute.
See, and I like listening to music when I'm doing stuff like that.
Okay.
And then my next thing is audiobooks, and then it would be podcasts.
I can't do an audio book.
Because audiobooks I'll zone out, podcasts I zone. Music I can just listen to and I can like do what I'm doing and just sing along or whatever. I zone out on audiobooks, I zone out on podcasts, and it's hard for me to just sit and listen to something. So
gotcha. Well, I commute an hour round trip a day, so that really 4 days a week. So that really got a lot of podcasts right there.
Audio I can do if I start doing an Instacart again, then I'll probably get into it because I do that while I'm shopping.
I love my Instacart shoppers.
Mm-hmm.
My Instacart shopper today was very good. Very good. So that's a plug for Instacart.
Yeah, there you go. We're plugging all kinds of things. Maybe one day we'll actually get paid for it.
Maybe.
Okay,
so that is all.
All right. Yeah, and if you want to shout out, if you're a new listener and you want to shout out, send us an email, follow us on Facebook, send
Twitter,
us a DM,
the Instagram,
and we will give you a shout out. Or you can even leave us a voicemail on Anchor.
You could.
Be cool. And we're supposed to be doing a trivia with our boyfriends at the Post Credit Podcast. Hopefully.
So once we know more about that, we will keep you guys updated.
Yes.
As always, have a good weekend, and we will see you soon. Bye.